The heart is a muscular organ which pumps blood through the blood vessels of the circulatory system. Blood provides the body with oxygen and nutrients and aids the removal of metabolic wastes. The heart is divided into 4 chambers: upper left and right atria and lower left and right ventricles. Electrical signals arising in the sinoatrial node stimulate the atria to contract. These signals travel to the atrioventricular node in the interatrial septum and causes contraction of the right and left ventricles. The right heart consists of 2 chambers, the right atrium and the right ventricle, separated by a valve, the tricuspid valve. The heart receives blood low in oxygen from the systemic circulation, which enters the right atrium from the superior and inferior vena cavae and passes to the right ventricle. From there it is pumped into the pulmonary circulation through the lungs, where it receives oxygen and gives off carbon dioxide. The left heart has 2 chambers, the left atrium and the left ventricle, separated by the mitral valve. Oxygenated blood returns to the left atrium, passes through the left ventricle, and is pumped out through the aorta to the systemic circulation, where the oxygen is used and metabolized to carbon dioxide. The heart has 4 valves which separate its chambers. 1 valve lies between each atrium and ventricle, and 1 valve rests at the exit of each ventricle. The pulmonary valve is located at the base of the pulmonary artery. When the ventricle relaxes, blood flows back into the ventricle from the artery, and this flow of blood seals the valve. The aortic valve is at the base of the aorta. This too closes with the pressure of the blood flowing back from the aorta. The electrocardiogram, ECG, is a graph of voltage versus time of the electrical activity of the heart using electrodes placed on the skin. These electrodes detect the small electrical changes that are a consequence of cardiac muscle depolarization followed by repolarization during each cardiac cycle. There are 3 components to an ECG: the P wave, which represents the depolarization of the atria, the QRS complex, which represents the depolarization of the ventricles, and the T wave, which represents the repolarization of the ventricles.